Hi, it's TR Bolin back with another RV how-to. Today, I'm doing my annual maintenance and inspection on my truck camper. I do this every year before I go anywhere, right after I load it first time in the spring. And let me tell you right now, a breakdown or something not working right will ruin a camping trip faster than almost anything I know. Over 40 plus years of RVing, I've owned just about everything you can RV related. Truck camper, camper van, fifth wheel, bumper tow, Class A. One thing I learned early on was ignoring maintenance items is the biggest mistake you can make with your RV. I can't tell you how many times we'd get out camping somewhere and something would break. And it was just because I wasn't doing a good thorough inspection every spring before I took the camper out for the first trip. What I've done is developed checklists for each type of RV. They're customized to fifth wheels, travel trailers, motorhomes, and of course, my true love, my truck camper. They're downloadable on my website over at trbolin.com. I'll leave a link in the video description. The idea behind the editable list are you can download the list, use it in its original form to start with, but take the stuff off that's not applicable. It's impossible to customize it for every RV. That's where you come in. I'm giving you a starting point. It's a pretty comprehensive list of maintenance and inspection items, and I think you'll find it really handy. Then once you get it built, you can save it on your phone, do whatever you want with it. Or you can just use the list on your phone. I've got them formatted so they view really nicely on your phone. So you can just look it up on your phone. It's easy to find. I'm just going to do a quick Google search here. Comprehensive truck camper maintenance and inspection checklist. All you have to do is substitute whether you have a motorhome, a fifth wheel, or a trailer. And it should bring it right up on your phone. A little bit of an introduction, and then the checklist follows. We're just going to start at the top and work our way down. To start with, we need to inspect the roof. So let's climb up there real quick. Here we are. It's a little breezy up here. There's wind noise. I apologize. We won't be up here long. But I'm just looking over everything up here. Let's shinny out here and take a look at that seam on the front. It looks okay. Just checking all the cabling for my solar. All looks really good. This tape that I use to wrap it is UV resistant, and that's why I did it, for UV protection. I'm going to check all the seams. Those all look good. This cover, I'm going to do an inspection on it. Look around. Oh, we got a crack. We're going to look at all the seams. Everything looks good. A little wobbly up here. Seams there all look good. The two glands there. The one on the outside edge is solar. The one on the inside is the AC power. The AC looks fine. The cover looks fine. Cover on the bathroom vent looks fine, as does all the seal around it. But something I did notice is this guy right here. I think I'm gonna scrape that off and clean that up. Otherwise, it looks pretty good up here. Continuing my inspection here, everything looks fine. This door is nicely sealed. Windows look good. I don't see any gaps or anything like that. We'll look inside for leaks in just a minute. All right, now we're just continuing our walk around, looking at the exterior here, looking at all the seams everywhere. There's a penetration through the camper wall. I'm looking at those seams. These are all in good shape. The outside light's good. That vent looks fine. There's a piece of trim here that's come loose. Need to fix that. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw something. Look right up there. You see how that patch is lifted down there at the corner? I do have a little bit of rust coming through this here. So we'll see if we can get those taken care of. You want to inspect the grab handles, any kind of mount you might have. If you have steps, you want to lubricate your step pivots. Inspect your interior, exterior hatches, access doors, all the vents. We've inspected the camper body. Looks like everything is okay except that one corner up there. We're going to go take a look at that in a minute. So let's move on to the electrical system. All right, moving on to the electrical. It's kind of dark in there. Let me go to the other camera here real quick. So if your battery terminals look like that, you're good. If they look like this, clean them. I'm looking to a video up in the corner that'll walk you through how to take care of your batteries if you have lead acid batteries. These are lithium, obviously, so there's no corrosion or anything there. They look fine. Everything else looks good. I'm just checking cables. That one's good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That cable's loose. You see that moving? Continuing my electrical inspection. I'll get to my checklist. Battery state of charge. It's about 13.9 volts, so that's pretty good. It's pretty well charged. Electrolyte level, you want to check your battery electrolyte levels. You top them off with distilled water. Only distilled water in lead acid batteries. Don't use tap water. Battery hold downs were secure. We're going to check all of the solar stuff here to make sure everything's working. I think that meter must have reset. I'm going to have to reset that. That looks good. I'm only getting in 71 watts, but it's also in the shade. Inverter, which is in here. All right, let's fire things up here. Okay, I'm going to say it's in good shape. While I'm inside here, I've started to look for leaks. I'm just looking for anything that looks suspicious that it might be a leak. So if your holding tanks are smelling, I highly recommend you go watch this video. You'll never have another problem with that smelly holding tank after you watch the video on my BioGeo method. In over 2,800 comments, no one has ever told me that it doesn't work. And several people have said it worked on the first or second treatment. So go check it out, the BioGeo method. I'm going to teach you how to do a leak test with the pump on your RV. It's the easiest way to check for leaks. And so let me get some water in there and then we'll talk you through it. We'll leave that running for just a minute or two. Okay, so my pump is on, my lines have been flushed, and now I'm just waiting. And I'm listening for the pump to run. The secret is, if that pump runs, then you might have a leak and you need to start checking it out. Water leaks in RVs are probably the most damaging thing you can have happen. Well, it's pretty rotten. You can see here that it's been holding water sitting on this tin here. This here is still wet. I mean, this is just dripping wet. Water leaks in the exterior shell, bad thing. Water leaks in the sidewalls, bad things. If you're new to the channel and you haven't watched the 80 plus videos of me restoring this truck camper, go at least look at the first couple because you'll see what water damage can do to a vehicle. This one was extensively damaged because of leaks, and it's just because the previous owner, I mean, they tried to seal up leaks. I'll give them credit for that. You can see the remnants of it on the roof, but it's just it's deadly bad. But while we're sitting here waiting, I'm going to just hang out now for about 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. While I work on a couple other minor little things, I need to check the propane system, check the stove, check the furnace, we'll check the AC. I want to go check the tires because another thing that people often overlook are the tires on their RV. Rule of thumb is never run your tires more than 6 years. Regardless of what the tread looks like. You might look at a tire and say, oh, it's got fine tread. But if it's 6 years old, you really do need to replace them. A replaced tire is a lot less expensive than thousands of dollars of repair because you lose a tire, you drag something, you blow out the side of your RV. Tread looks good. Sidewalls look good. Don't see any weather checking, cracking, or anything like that, so they look really good. All right, let's check this tire real quick. Oh my. Oh my, look at this. You see that? That is a crack. No? Something's cut that sidewall. Well, that's a sidewall. So I might be looking at having to get a new set of tires. I'm going to come down here, and you see this right here? Let me get it wet a little bit so you can read it better. You see that says 2320? That's the date code. First two digits are the week of manufacture. So 23, that's roughly the end of May. The last two digits are the year of manufacture, in this case 20. So you can see these tires are 6 years old. So I should be seriously thinking about replacing them in the first place. But because of the cut in the sidewall, I think they're definitely going to get replaced real soon. That cut has me pretty concerned. I'm probably going to have to replace these tires. Not something I want to do because tires are hella expensive. But I'm not going to jink around with tires. I'll tell you what, I've had more tire trouble because I didn't do something that I should have done. All right, so I don't see much value in you watching me go through and do the rest of this. I think you get the idea. The checklists are out there on my website, trboland.com, or there's a link in the video description that'll take you right to the page. Again, there's 4 separate checklists that are intended for you to download and modify to your own needs. I've tried to be very careful and include just about everything I could think of, and so I think they're a good starting point. Your rig will be different. Again, if you're working on your phone, you forgot to download the checklist, you can go to my website and get it. It's easy to find if you do just a Google search. So I'm just going to turn on my microphone, and you can comprehensive truck camper maintenance and inspection checklist, T.R. Boland. Again, just substitute your vehicle type, whether it be motorhome, fifth wheel, or trailer. So at the end of the day, maintenance is always less expensive than repair. Trust me. I mean, I have done some huge repair jobs. There's videos all over my channel, and I have articles on my website over at trboland.com that walk you through some of the things that I've done right and some of the things I've done wrong. Nobody wants to spend their vacation sitting in an RV repair lot. The whole point is to help you develop a routine that makes sure you're checking all of the maintenance and inspection points on your RV. It will save you time and trouble down the road. Trust me. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate that like and subscribe. But for now, it's time to go. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Till we get together for another RV how-to video. Peace.